Hello, my name is Ruth Munoz, and I wrote my paper on cleft lip and palate, which is a face disfiguration. I decided to write a paper on cleft lip and palate because I'll never forget the little girl that I went to elementary school with. She had cleft lip and palate, and she was bullied in school. I observed all the other children calling her names and calling her no face or no nose or things like that, and at the same time that she was being bullied, I was being bullied too. So her face and her whole story just stuck with me throughout the years. I have a picture here of what a baby looks like with cleft lip and palate. You can see here their nose and their lip kind of connect at the same time. In my capstone paper, I included the stress that it could put on a family and the stress that it could put on a child. I know that body image is a huge thing. Even for very young children, they care a lot about their image. I've never personally really cared about image, but I did develop at a very early age, and I think that was the reason for me being bullied. But to have children care a lot about what type of shoes they're wearing, if they're name brand, if they're not name brand, how their hair looks, how their eye color is, and things like that, basically caring a lot about what they look like. And earlier this year, I started reading a book called Wonder. It's about a little boy who was born with cleft lip, and he talks about how his family wanted him to start going to school, and because he was being homeschooled because his parents were afraid of the bullying and the name calling and how that would affect him growing up. I think that because of the movie, because of the little girl at my elementary school, and also because through mutual friends, I met a woman who has a child who was born with cleft lip. She says the same thing that happened in the book, where Augie's parents are afraid for him to go to school because they're scared of their child to be bullied or name called, or they're scared of how he feels because he looks different than everybody else. The mother that I met, her name is Norma. She's also expressed to me that she's afraid for when her little daughter grows up, how it's going to be for her when she goes to school. I feel like image is important to other people, and that's what causes a lot of the bullying. If you're not wearing the name brand clothes, if your hair isn't a certain way, things like that. So in my capstone paper, I wrote about the stress. So the stress that the mother that I spoke to, her daughter doesn't even go to school. She's still a toddler. She's scared for her to go to school because she is afraid of all of the bullying that her daughter may or may not get, of how her daughter might feel shy to go to school. In the book Wonder that I read, the little boy, he wants to go to school, but he's nervous. His parents are nervous also, but it's I won't give it away for those of you who haven't read the book, and there's also a movie that came out. I haven't seen it yet, though. I wrote about that. I think that being different and looking different has a lot of effects on children as they grow up, which would be social and emotional. I don't know if you've seen previews to the movie of the book Wonder, but Augie is the main child. He wears a helmet to cover his face. He covers his face because he had a lot of surgeries to try to fix his cleft lip, and he has a lot of scars. So I think that having scars on your face, or not having a nose, or your lip looks different, I think that a child might feel stressed about how they look, and that would make it difficult for them to socialize. Emotionally growing up, I know that I went through bullying, and it was very hard for me to wake up and go to school every day because I would be pushed. Some little girls cut my ponytail off with scissors, and I would just be called names all the time, even really mean words, because I did develop early. My body looked different than all the other little girls, so I think that had a lot to do with it. For me, from personal experience, I can say that emotionally it was extremely hard, but I did have the support of my family. I have a really good relationship with my mom. I would tell her everything, and she told me just to love the way that I am, and that God made me this way for a reason. He made me special. I think that would minimize the stress level on a child and the families if they just stick together and they support each other in every way. I know that to fix cleft lip, depending on the severity of the lip, so like the little baby, hers is considered severe. There you go. Hers is considered severe, so she would have to take skin off from another area of her body and apply it, so she would have scarring from her nose all the way down to her lip. And the palate is up here, so they get surgery on that too, and sometimes that affects the way that they speak, because they would have scarring on the top. I also learned through writing my capstone paper that cleft lip is extremely popular in Asia. The Asian community and the Indian community have a lot of children who are born with cleft lip and palate. It's not that popular in the United States, but some children do get it, are born with cleft lip and palate. And that pretty much concludes my video. I hope you guys learned a little bit about cleft lip and palate. I do have more videos, more pictures to show. Before and after surgery, before I officially conclude my video. Here is what a baby looked like before her surgery, and then what she looked like after her surgery. So there you see a before and an after. It's very bad quality, but you can see the scarring in the face of the after surgery. She has some scarring on her nose and her lip, and on the bottom you see that it says she has had several surgeries. So depending on the severity, depends on the level of your scarring or how it could be fixed. And also through my findings, I read that research showed that mostly all people who had surgery to fix their cleft lip were extremely happy with their results. Very, very few were unhappy with it. So now I am officially ending my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm sorry if you guys couldn't hear me, but I am suffering from a very bad cold. As you can see, I'm in bed covered up in a blanket. And also, it was very nice to meet you guys, and this course has been hard, but it has been rewarding. Thank you. Good night.